And we're live. What's going on, y'all? This is BMOC. You're now tuning to BMOC.TV. Tonight, we have the culture, as usual. And this is the debate that's going to get real heated tonight, okay? Because people been out here not respecting MJ's name, man. They not respecting Michael Joseph Jackson. And the topic tonight was Michael Jackson a great singer? Now, they're saying he was good. They're saying he was good, he could carry a tune, all that good stuff, but he wasn't great. Is he amongst the great vocalists? So we're going to actually debate that tonight, man. But before we get into all that, shout out to the best co-host in the entire planet, man. Deshauna, say what's up to the people, Deshauna.
What's going on? What's going on, people? You know, I spoke about this, maybe about 20 episodes ago. Sometimes it's going to be political, man. And based on how I was raised in my mama, I better not say nothing disrespectful about Mike today, or it's going to be some problems in my household, man. So I got to keep it good. But like Walt said, man, real specific. We are talking about not about the legacy, man, not that. We're talking about vocal ability today. We getting into it. So, that's what we're here for, to have the thorough discussions that you guys are all having, city to city, coast to coast. 916.
It's going to be real, man. It's going to be trouble. Toby, say what's up to the people, Toby. Shout them out.
What's poppin', people? What's going on? This is Toby, man. I don't want nobody trying to hit me up, trying to send no death threats, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just my personal opinion. Mike is the greatest, one of the greatest artists. But vocal-wise, he don't move me like that. So I'm just being honest.
Okay, hold on real quick. But yeah, don't try to hurt Toby. Everybody's opinions need to be respected.
Real.
Actually, yeah, no, please. This is all just, again, entertainment. We debating. We're all cool. This is just a debate on the things. Everybody be easy out there, okay? All right, cool. Don't send no knife with the glove on it to a house, okay? Is that good? Drew, some of the people, Drew. Oh, here we go. What's the souvenir? The souvenir. You can't. Is that what? Oh, that's the collectible. That's the collectible, folks. You won't find that in Best Buy. Okay, you got that. Okay. All right. Thanks, Drew. Appreciate that. And last but not least, Antonio, man, some of the people, Antonio.
What's going on, folks? We ain't here talking about whether Mike is a great. We know he's a great, but vocally, no, we ain't having that nonsense going on.
Okay, all right, cool. All right, so let's get into it. Okay. So let's say a few weeks ago, it's been going on. I think somebody posed a question: is Michael Jackson one of the great singers? And so we've had some words about it, because I'm feeling like he's one of the greatest to do it. That's what I'm feeling like. You know what I'm saying? So before we begin, I just want to say this for like the folks out there, the folks at home. This is all good entertainment. I want to put a warning out there. Tonight's program will contain a lot of reaching, unexplained opinions, and biased slander on Michael Jackson's amazing singing voice. If you're around children, an MJ fan, someone with common sense, or you have any kind of musical ear whatsoever, please watch with caution. Viewer discretion is advised. I'm going to put that out there for the folks at home who have a brain and who may fall out from this entertainment tonight. All right, so let's go around the room. Antonio, why do you think MJ is not a great singer?
Okay. We make this perfectly clear. We all know Mike is good. Mike can sing. Mike is who Mike is. He's a great. But as far as singing goes, that is never the first thing to think of when it's Michael Jackson. I'm sorry, it's not. He's good. I think he was great as a kid. As a kid, you hearing that voice, that powerful voice come out of that kid, that 9-year-old kid, you were just like, wow. It's amazing. You were amazed at how he did that.
Right.
But as the years went on, you started kind of being like, yeah, great songwriter, great dancer, probably the best dancer we've ever seen.
So let me quote you. Let me quote you real quick. You said, let's see.
Go ahead.
Let's go to the screenshot. I don't make sure folks at home actually see what he said on this, so we actually zoom in. So MJ is the middle of the pack vocally. Never said he sounded bad or can't sing, but y'all acted like people are glamoring to hear Michael James. Nobody said that. We're just reading with he can't sing at all comment. You also retorted. So once again, let me make this clear. MJ is a good singer that can carry a tune, but in no way is he a great singer.
Correct.
comment. I have my reasons for MJ not being a vocal great, and if the show ever happens, it is that's when I'll give you my ammo. Toby said he's above average. Just don't think you can convince me in the conversation of the elite. He's in the conversation of the elites. All right, so let's go to vocal range. Okay, this is critic of music, because I'm assuming when you talk about a great singer, you talk about a lot of things, right? You talk about tone, style, power, and range. Based upon critics of music, MJ has a 4-octave range, right? There are only a few singers that have 4-octave range. We'll get into that later tonight. So before we get into is he not good singer, based upon his range in terms of his song, his catalogs, he's already in the list with the elites for having a 4-octave range and being a male singer. So I want to just get that right off the bat before that goes into that. So, repeating what you said he's a good singer, great entertainer, but not a great singer, right? Is this what you're saying, Antonio?
No, I wouldn't say I would not say that he is in the great category as far as singing. He's not. Cool. That is not the first thing you think of when you think of Michael Jackson.
Can I ask a clarifying question?
Absolutely, Shaughnessy.
So I think, when we talk in terms of sports or other avenues, it's easy to say, we'll talk about top 5s, top 10s. If you have a 30-team league, you would assume that elite is top 5, to 10. Better is, top 15 or above. So in terms of Michael Jackson, in order for him to be great, where would you say vocally, the great singers are to you, the top 10 vocalists of all time, top 15, top 20? Or for you, is it not even a rating system? It's just based on when you turn the ear on, he's not great at what he does. How are we defining great tonight so I know where people can stand?
For me, for you to be great, for me, you have to be top 5, maybe top 10, depending.
Okay, top 5, top 10, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Vocally, okay. And that's based on successful artists, right? Not just a guy who had a one-hit, not a one-hit wonder who's been like a successful artist.
No. This ain't based on my man just put out one song and sounds great on it and nothing else happened. This is like top 10 over a career, and this is just straight vocals. As a performer, as an entertainer, as a straight-up artist, we all is probably the pinnacle. He's the top. But you take away the dancing, you take away the songwriting, and you take away some of the producing he does in it. It doesn't do it for me, him vocally.
Let me ask you a question.
Vocally, go ahead.
I'm gonna go to Toby real quick. You Are Not Alone. Do you like that song? Do you think it's a good song?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Did Michael Jackson produce that song?
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
He didn't. R. Kelly produced it and wrote it. Did he dance in that song?
I didn't see him dance in that song, nah.
Did he turn into a car, a truck, a robot, anything in that song?
Wow, you that dude, bro.
Nah, it wasn't an entertaining song like that. He did his thing in that song.
Cool, but perfectly. Hold on. So you like that song? And
yeah, I like a lot of his songs though.
Antonio just said that if you take away the dancing, you take away the production, you take away some of the special effects, it's not going to be. And it was a great song, and he did that vocally. He didn't.
No, Michael.
R. Kelly produced it.
It's a difference. It's a difference between that. You can be a great song, but not that person that sound so spectacular on it. Mike is.
He didn't sound spectacular on that. He didn't sound good on that.
Put it like this. I put it like this. Nobody. Even with Michael Jackson, you put Mike on a stage with a microphone, a stool, and you be like, hey, sing all of your songs, no dancing, none of that. Just
them ad-libs.
Nobody's really trying to hear that, man.
What are you talking about?
Did you do ad-libs?
You can't convince me. Because a perfect example. I saw Boys II Men live this week with the Virginia Symphony.
In a parking lot.
Parking lot, no, Jack, that's across the hall. You from VA, Vault. Don't play me. You know I'm going to play you because you from VA.
Hey, listen.
Chrysler Hall in Norfolk, Virginia. And they sat there with the Virginia Symphony, and they just sang. The crowd went off the vocals and the mud. I'm sorry.
That's great for that.
Vocally.
What does that have to do with Michael Jackson?
Because Michael can't fit. because Michael can't fit in a parking lot. I'm sorry. If you put Michael Jackson in a parking lot, of course not.
So you
not.
said Christ. So well, we both for the last 7. So you
No, I'm not saying. No, I'm not
That's
saying.
what you're saying.
No,
That's what
no,
you're saying, Walt.
no.
Walt, that's what you're saying.
I am not saying.
Right now, we both
I am not. Okay.
That's what you're saying.
Okay.
You comparing a parking lot.
I will mute you. Let me clarify my statement. You, sir, said you saw Boys and Men. I didn't mention Chrysler Hall. I mentioned a parking lot. You saw Boys and Men in a parking lot outside of Chrysler Hall.
How can I see him inside?
When people are parking their cars, when people are parking their cars, when people are like dropping their kids off, people getting their coats and sweaters, that's where you saw Boys and Men. You are up here comparing Boys and Men to the king of pop. You sound absolutely ridiculous.
I think, but
you sound ridiculous right now. I'm moving on to Drew. And I mute you. Drew, what do you have to say about Michael Jackson? Let's go.
Man, I don't even know how to start this. I mean, well, just Michael is definitely a great singer. Just to start that off, that's the side of the fence I'm on. And I feel like one thing that what Michael suffers from, and I know I read in a book that he was annoyed by this his whole career, is because of all the huge hits, the dancing, how bigger than life he was, like how avant-garde he was, always gets taken for granted. That's as a songwriter, and that's also as a vocalist. I think Beyonce suffers from that too in modern times. People don't take her seriously always as a vocalist.
Right.
One thing that annoys me too is a comment that Antonio made earlier about Michael was a great singer when he was a kid. One thing people do when they start talking about Michael, they always want to act like he was in the Jackson 5 and the Jacksons. Like that doesn't count towards his career. Like that all matters and that all counts. That's all part. That's all. It's all part of this. It's all. Whoa! I got it. I got it.
It's not two different sounds.
So when you listen to, Smokey Robinson say that there was no artist at Motown that could have sung "Who's Loving You" better than Michael. This is a label that had David Ruffin and Eddie Kendricks and Marvin Gaye and Stevie Wonder. That an 11-year-old kid could sing a song better than any of those grown men counts as part of Michael's legacy as a vocalist. And then as you get older, and since you guys for some reason want to take that part of the game out, listen to Michael later as older, like as a young man. Listen to the Destiny album. Listen to a song like Destiny. Listen to a song like That's What You Get for Being Polite. Listen to the Triumph album and listen to Time Waits for No One. I don't even know if you guys even heard those records. You're basing this stuff off Smooth Criminal, and I'll get to that point later as well. Listen to Michael's whole career. Have you guys heard? First off, have you guys heard any of those 3 songs I just named? Have you heard those songs?
Can you rename the songs again, Drew?
Have you heard That's What You Get for Being Polite off the Destiny album? Have you heard that record?
Antonio or Toby, have you guys heard that record?
And Michael was 19 years old.
I couldn't hear. Now you were breaking up.
I'll say it again. And Michael was 18, 19 at this, 18 to 22 at this range. Is that old enough for you guys?
18 to 22. What songs? Because we were breaking up.
That's What You Get for Being Polite. Destiny. Time Waits for No One. That was on the Triumph album. Have you heard any of those 3 records?
Just say no.
Yes,
Just say no. No.
Yes, I have.
I already said no.
Come on.
I got most
I already said no.
Don't even try that crap.
Have you heard?
But let me ask you this.
They want no. I got the stage right now. Toby, you'll get your point in a minute. Walt came to me because y'all was ready for this. I'm telling y'all not ready. I told you this for a couple of weeks. Y'all not ready. So have you heard Show You the Way to Go? Have you heard that record?
No.
So what are we talking about? Because you haven't even done the homework to even defend this.
Is he even known for those songs though?
But these are all songs where Michael showing his vocal range. He's showing that. Walt brought up the great point earlier. I was going to get into later on as well. Michael's vocal range. This is showing his high, his middle, his low, and all of these records. Michael's a grown man at this point, so he's not a kid anymore. These are records that Michael showed brilliant vocals on.
Yeah.
Right.
So
But you haven't even heard the record, so you can't speak on them. You haven't heard the record, so you just arguing.
I have heard the records, but the vocals still didn't move me.
You just told me you didn't.
Listen,
You just said you didn't.
When it comes to me, Mike.
You just said I'm going what you said.
I've heard all those songs. I've heard just about every Michael Jackson song. It might be a few, but I have heard songs. But Mike's vocals just didn't impress me because to me, Mike always sounded like he tried his entire adult career, well, most of his adult career, to sound like that 9-year-old that was singing before that we first met.
So if you listen to Dirty Diana, Michael tried to sound like he did when he was a kid on Dirty Diana.
Did you not hear what I said? I sat there. Most of his songs, all of his songs.
Okay, I'll name a whole bunch. You're just gonna sound. You don't know. You just.
Let me ask 2 questions real quick.
Man, you moonwalking, bro. No pun intended.
So, one, I'll go ahead and say that I know there's been some criticism in the group about Mike and people talking about understanding the difference between a powerhouse singer and a great singer that doesn't necessarily have to be a powerhouse singer.
Let's talk about it.
I'll throw it to you guys. Within your elite singers, if you can tell me someone who's not necessarily a powerhouse singer that you still consider great, I think it'll make it an even playing field. When you use words like "he didn't move me," then it makes it more subjective than objective, because someone cannot move you and still be great. It may not be your lane or your style of music or your tone.
Well, hold on, Shawnee. You don't have to ask them that, because they told us certain singers they felt that were better than Michael Jackson. That is he in the same category as such and such? So
and they weren't powerhouse.
I want to pull him up. No, I want to pull him up. I want to pull up the singer.
Pull him up, man.
Cool. So Antonio told me, fine. Is MJ a better singer than Luther, Patti LaBelle, Maria? I'm guessing that's Mariah. Mariah. Cool. Okay. Freddie Mercury, Marvin Gaye, and Teddy Pendergrass. Right. I said it's all about preference, right? Is he more powerful than them vocally? No. Whether you feel he's better is preference. That's like asking, is Tank a better singer than Prince? You put, it ain't no preference. Hell no, MJ don't sing better than them. LOL. It's funny. Toby put, Mike can sing. I've never heard that N-word. Roots came on this week, so I ain't trying to say N-word. Sang, but he ain't no Luther, right? Slizzy put, thank you. I got something for you too, Slizzy. So let's actually go to the singers y'all compared them to, all right? Let's go. So we mentioned before that Michael Jackson has a 4-octave range. Now, this is not something that's a preference thing. This is actual facts. This is from the range profile, which had musicologists that study the scales of the singers. They pick the highest highs, the highest lows of their entire catalog. We'll get into Michael's in a second. So having a 4-octave range, let's see. Luther Vandross. Let's put Luther. Y'all mentioned Luther. Luther. The range place 2.0. Says he has, so F2 to F5. So basically he has a 3.5 octave range, right? Patti LaBelle. Patti LaBelle has 3, what does that say down there? Can y'all see that? Patti LaBelle has 3 octaves, 3 notes in a semitone range. Marvin Gaye. Y'all mentioned Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye, 4-octave range, right? So Marvin Gaye is a little on the extraordinary, little the outlier of the team. We'll get to that later. Smokey Robinson, right here. He has, what is it, a 3-octave, 2-octave, 3-octave range, and you have Mariah Carey, who's like a 5-octave range, right? So when you talk about the elites, when you mentioned, Teddy Pendergrass and these people and Marvin Gaye, these people's ranges are all in Michael's range. Michael's has some lows and he has some highs. Let's go into the lows and the highs. Let's talk about the catalog for a second. So if we actually let's go down the list of the high notes, right? So this whole site breaks out every single song from Michael's catalog from the highest note possible, meaning the extra high falsetto, to a tenor. No, because we're going to get into it, the technical term. This is his entire catalog. All the significant highs. So when you say, name me a song where Mike is killing it. Okay, well, in the C sharp, Dirty Diana. Oh, in the G, you got Black and White. Oh, the D major, you got Cry. You got DS. Oh, what about B4? Oh, you got Baby Be Mine. You got Earth Song. You got Ghost. If y'all want songs. Oh, he only sings high notes? Okay, let's go to the low notes. Let's go to the tenor notes, since he's a natural tenor. Let's go. Let's go down to the disco. Disco Burn, Morphine, Off the Wall, Streetwalker, Best of Joy, 2000 Watts, Billie Jean. I mean, these are the facts, people. So you're telling me, you're telling the musicologist that having a 4-octave range doesn't make you a great singer, when we've just proven that all the greats that y'all mentioned have 3 to 4-octave ranges. It's science. It's tones. I'm not making this stuff up. So when y'all say y'all don't like Mike, it has to be preference. It can't be off anything real, because science and actual musical theory, which I thought Antonio knows music theory because he was in the band. I know you know this. Based off music theory, Michael Jackson's voice is able to capture a multiple ranges. And keep in mind, most of those songs were past 1983. So that whole he's only singing for child stuff doesn't fly. Michael Jackson's style changed when he was younger because it was a Motown sound and it was doo-wop. He wasn't doing rock and roll songs. He wasn't doing pop stuff. He wasn't doing hip-hop. That was his later years. You're comparing styles. You're not comparing tones or ranges. You're not doing it. And he hit puberty, and he got better. He got better. His range got higher. He got better.
Really? Oh.
So that's the facts. What are the facts?
Okay.
Let's give Toby a couple seconds to get the floor to
Toby,
rebuttal.
So go ahead, Toby. Toby, I want you to rebuttal that. Talk to me, Toby.
All right, so I'll talk real quick. All right, so when I was doing my homework, I must admit Mike did impress me on a few of his albums. I'll be honest. I'm more of a Mike fan now than I was before those comments, but I'm standing my ground. I don't think he can hold a note to Marvin Gaye, Teddy Pendergrass. I'm talking about vocally. I know you got all those stats and numbers. I'm talking about from the plain person's ear. All you remember from Mike is the ad-libs. You remember the hee, all that. That's it. Like, but when I'm talking about vocal, in 70, what was it? 82, when Michael had his biggest album, compare his vocals to whoever was out then.
Sure. Want to go into my notes? I can compare it. Let's go. Let's go. No, you said compare,
I'm
right?
talking about from the ear.
No, do it. No, let's do it.
Man, delete those notes, man. Delete those notes, man.
You said 82. You said 82, right? Did you say 82? You said 82, right? 82 was Thriller, right? That was Thriller, right? What was on Thriller? Name me the song. Was it Beat It? Was it Billie Jean? Because Billie Jean's on the list. Billie Jean's right here. He was in 3 different keys with Billie Jean. It's right here. It's all right here. He's hitting notes. Thriller.
This right isn't pleasant to me. It's not. It don't do it for me.
Hold up, Antonio. You said you've heard every Michael Jackson song he's ever made, right? Cool.
That's it.
Cool. Okay, cool. Thriller came out in the 80s, right?
Right.
When and Who Is It come out?
Who is it? Came out.
In 90 what? 90 what?
They were early 90s. That was
early 90s. Cool, right?
That was on Dangerous album.
Correct. Smart man. When did Childhood come out? On the history album. When did that come out?
That came Childhood 95.
Perfect.
94, 95.
Perfect. You have 82. You have 92. You have 95. All the songs in between that are on this list in terms of significant low notes he put. Low notes meaning lower on the octave range. If we go to significant high notes, it isn't like the only songs on this list where he's had the peak in terms of the actual scale, his octaves, the vocals, the harmonies, were like in the 70s. Most of these songs when he was an adult, when he actually had the freedom to create the music he wanted to create, when his style changed. The the whole, that was a part of the style he was creating. If you don't like his style, that's fine. When Prince is whispering on a song, I want to go to you. I really want to get to you. It's not because he can't sing higher. It's because that is his style for that song. Y'all are talking about style and
he's known,
but that's not. But style is part of singing, though. But style is part of vocals.
Two things real quickly, and I'll let you get back to it. Toby, the only issue with what you said is you're kind of trying to strip away the like Walter said, the scientific part of it, and say strip away the stats and let's just talk about listening with an ear. But when you strip away the points that he's bringing, those are trained ears saying that they're logging his octave. So you're saying I don't want to use the trained ears that are professionals. I want to use the untrained ears and go off opinions. That's kind of like not a weighted argument. And then Tony, I think you were saying part of like styles is part of a presentation. So that's when it becomes preference, because part of my style is if I can use all these octaves, but for this particular track, I'm going to choose to do what fits the track as opposed to just showing off my voice. That's what hit makers do. Hit makers don't just get on there singing all through the track. So I'm going to give you a chance to rebuttal that, but I'm just trying to just sit on the fence here and say those are points and counterpoints saying I'm producing stats so we can get from the subjectivity of it and then you guys bring it back to that with saying, I just don't think it is what it is. You got to provide and say, when these artists hit these notes, Mike can't do this, and this is better, as opposed to I prefer this.
I got a comment real quick.
Sure, Drew.
Because for me, Michael's the greatest of all time to me, and the reason why Michael's the best to me is not because of the moonwalk or, it's all part of his greatness. But one reason is vocally why he's the best, and one reason I say that too is because one of the songs I referenced vocally, my favorite Michael vocal performance is "Lady in My Life," and if you listen to that song after about the 2-minute mark, and it switches over, Michael just goes in. That song, Michael actually recorded that song in the dark. He wanted to go in. And if you listen to that song, it shows the whole scale of his talent vocally.
Yeah, man.
He has the lows on the background. He has the lows. So he has his lows, his highs, everything. So when I listen to that song, I think like this. So we're talking about artists like Teddy Pendergrass, Marvin Gaye, artists like that. Michael can make a song like Billie Jean, make videos like Thriller, these out of this world hits. But Michael's core is he's a soul singer. That's what he was raised on. That's what he did. And he showed us all the Lady in My Life. Whenever I want to, I can circle back and do this as good as all of you guys. And to me, his versatility as a singer, to me, is one of the main reasons why he's the best ever. Because you listen to a lot of those artists, like say Martin, like Luther Vandross, Teddy Pendergrass. None of their up-tempo records hit. Everybody likes the romantic. That's where they feel comfortable at. Michael can go places.
I disagree
they
with
can
that.
go. Mike can go places they can go, like a song like "Lady in My Life," like a Human Nature, right?
But hold on. Toby disagreed with that. Why, Toby?
Can't go do a record like Bad or do a record like Black and White, all those kind of records, the more up-tempo records where your voice has to do different things. He can go anywhere he wants vocally, and that's part of that 4-octave range because he has that versatility.
Exactly.
He's a great singer.
Right. So Toby, why you disagree with what Drew just said in terms of the flexibility and diversity of Michael?
No, he was diverse, but for the songs that he's known for, it was pop. He kind of walked you, or he talked you into the song. He didn't sing. That's my point. So his most popular songs. What you mean? Almost any song.
I think I know what Toby's trying.
No, Toby. Let me ask you a question, Toby. I want to be crystal clear with this. You're telling me that Michael's biggest songs were not his slow songs. Is that what you're telling me?
His biggest songs? To me, no. It wasn't.
No. His biggest song, you say his biggest song, so he didn't have any big slow songs.
No, I'm not saying he didn't have any. I'm not saying he didn't have any.
I'm going to ask you, is Billie Jean a fast song?
Is Billie Jean a fast song?
Is it a fast or slow?
To me, it's fast. It sounds pop. To me,
it's Human Nature. It's Human Nature. Is Human Nature a fast song?
That's a little slower.
Is Man in the Mirror a fast song?
Nah, it's not.
Is You're Not Alone a fast song?
No.
Is Lady in My Life a fast song? Is Shadow in My Life a fast song? I'm just saying, I'm naming big records that he wasn't spinning on. He was spinning on none of those records, and they were big songs. I'm trying, like Butterfly.
But what I'm saying is compare those songs. Compare those songs. That list you just said. Compare those songs with some of those other songs that other artists have produced.
They're all hits.
They're hits, but listen to the vocals in those songs.
The only thing
listen to the vocals in the songs.
The only thing different with those songs was the year, bro. They all hits. They all hits.
All right, this is what I got. This is what I got to say about. Go ahead, Deshaunus. No, go ahead, Deshaunus.
Oh, Deshaunus and Antonio.
I was going to say one thing, and so Toby, I think it's like a perception thing. So what you have in my assessment with Drew and Walter are people who kind of been on the mic bus from the beginning. And so it's hard to say he built his reputation off of pop kind of hits, because that goes back to Drew's earlier point of, then that's discrediting what he did as a child. He became a child star. He was the biggest child star ever when he was displaying vocal range, and he was singing those Motown songs better than everybody. So don't say he's known for pop hits, because the childhood came before the pop. That's what he was known off of. And so that leads up into the career, and that's a part of it. So I just think that, like you said, you watch the Off the Wall documentary, and people are saying over and over again, Mike vocally was incredible. He was doing these things. So I think it's hard to merge. And I think that's a perception when you were later on the bandwagon, you know, or a casual fan as myself who grew up watching and you know, looking at Mike, that wasn't breaking down how he was vocally. I was just enjoying the show. And so I did pay attention to the glove, to the moonwalk, to the hee-hee. I paid attention to those things where other folks who were
workmanship.
It's workmanship. That's what I paid attention to. But then when it came to the debate and the research, you have to go and pull up some of these things and kind of disseminate and say, okay, this is where the facts are and this is where my fanhood was. And I think that's what we have here is maybe it's some opinion, but it's also a separation between the presentation that was Mike and what you became accustomed to, and then, you know, that research part of it.
I'm going to get to Sonia, so I want to say something with Deshaun. I think Deshaun is right. We think about Patti LaBelle. So Patti LaBelle can sing. Well, we know, but she also threw her shoes off whenever she sings. That's one of her things. Luther Vandross, woo, you know what I mean? That's Luther's thing. Like, everybody, Prince had the guitar thing. He had the butt hanging out the pants. Paul. Everybody got their thing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their. Cisco had the hair. Just because you have this showmanship doesn't take away from your actual skill level. Antonio, what was your rebuttal, man?
Okay, here's what I think I got to say about it.
Go ahead.
I've been a fan of Mike since I was a kid. I got all of his albums, which was 5 or his kid albums.
Right.
My thing with Mike was Mike could sing, but could he? But you know, we from the South, Walter. Could he sang? That's the whole thing. He could sing, but wait a minute, time out.
And being from the South, I hear great singers, and Mike's one of them. That's a point of my.
Let me say. Well, you're yelling right now. Just chill, okay? Just let me see what I got to say. Oh, you yelling. You yelling. But my whole thing is this though. I think with Mike, with his ballads, he had great ballads that would perform greatly, but that was good. His faster songs, to me, he didn't sound like he was singing to me. He sounded like he was like, the best way I could say it was fast talking. Like Black and White, that doesn't sound like singing to me. That sounds like him fast talking. Remember the Time was a mix of both to me.
Antonio, what are you talking about, fam? Fam, you want
talking about?
You want Mike? Wait, hold on. You want Mike to sing fast? You want to sing slow in a fast song?
I'm like, she's out of my life, lady in my life, and stuff like that. Go ahead. But
Antonio, you want him to sing slow
like sing fast songs?
So what are you talking
about? No. I'm not saying sing slow. Sing slow. When he sings on the faster songs, it doesn't sound like he's singing. It sounds like he's just talking. As far as
like, give me an example.
You said remember the time. He's singing this.
Remember the Time is your example?
No, go ahead.
No, I'm just reacting to what you said. Remember the Time. He's.
I said remember the Time. Remember the Time. Black and White. These are songs to me. Bad. I get you one. I got you another one. Bad. Beat It. Those are songs where to me he doesn't sound.
So beat it. No one's. He wasn't singing that. He was talking that. I thought he was singing that. I could have swore he was singing it.
It sounds like he was talking.
I thought, do you remember the Time? It's actually you can play that out on the keyboard. If you can play it out, if he's singing that, he's hitting keys. He's singing with the melody of the song.
To me, he's talking in key, but to me, it don't sound like he's singing. To me, it's like two different things.
So singing and singing are two different things. I'm not trying to follow you.
I think Drew got to respond to that.
Okay, cool. Sorry, Drew. Drew, talk to me, man. Holla at me.
Yeah, because one of my things that I always felt like, and I felt like when it comes to this conversation, was what Antonio was starting to get into about he's from the South and that singing kind of thing, right? I noticed a lot through, and not just in our group, but just throughout music, people kind of gravitate towards those big, loud voices. The people like Jennifer Holliday or Jennifer Hudson, people like that, right? It's not saying they're bad singers, but people associate that with being a great singer a lot. And one part that made Michael great was how technical he was as a singer. He was never at a pitch. Even as a kid, was one of the things they marveled about on Motown. He was never at a pitch. He's always in tune. His vocal control was great. When you get those bigger voices, there's a lot of time those artists are sharp. They're out of key and they start hollering. That happens all the time. Michael was never ever like that because Michael came from the school of Motown. Everything Michael did was precise, and he learned and he watched. So the technical aspect of Michael, he was damn near perfect because he was always on point. He didn't get to the because a lot of times if you know music, if you listen to people do that, they add
He
notes,
did. He said Shimon
and they just going like this, and they just
That was shade. No, that was shade.
Instead, he said he and Shimon.
Nobody wants to hear. Nobody wants. Ain't nobody listening to that. Like so,
But they're not right.
So those artists like now you listen. I remember I was watching an episode of American Idol one time, and they were doing it was a Michael Jackson episode, and Randy Jackson said one thing people forget about when they're trying to redo Michael's songs is how difficult they are to sing because he made it look so easily. He made it look so easy. Like Michael floated through genres. Like everybody, again, that goes to my point before. You can only do that if you're a great singer. You can't not be a great singer and make New Jack Swing records and then sing Childhood. It doesn't equate if you're not a great singer. You can't pull it off. You can't do a song like Give In to Me or a song like Dirty Diana that's a heavy rock guitar on it, and then do a song like Don't Stop If You Get Enough, which is an up-tempo R&B disco record, if you don't have the range and the versatility to pull the record off. So right there alone, your argument makes absolutely no sense. Because he's for 30, 40 years, he floated from genre to genre, from a child to a grown man. He's done everything under the sun vocally. So if you're not a great, how do you pull that off? You can't sing if you're not a great. Let me ask this question. How do you pull that off?
Let me ask you this question. Please. Let me ask you this question. Last week, though, somebody asked the question. They said, "Who do you think are the top 5 vocals singers of all time?"
I don't know.
Walt said it. Wait. Walt was on the show. Walt, did you say Michael Jackson? I can tell you right now, you didn't. No, last week's show with the question.
Even if he didn't, that doesn't matter.
Wait,
even if he didn't, that doesn't matter.
No.
What's the exact question? You have a screenshot? If you have a screenshot, it doesn't matter. If you don't have a screenshot, you can't prove it.
Because I don't got
it. It's what you can prove.
It ain't.
Well, I got a rebuttal for that though. This is the thing though.
Let me get off. Let me get off.
It was on the show. It was on the show. The guy asked the question, and you answered the question. They were like,
"Who asked the question? Who asked?"
Go back and I don't know. Go back and watch the show. I can't remember who it was, but on the show, somebody asked the question, "Who do you think are the 5 best voices vocally, like the Mount Rushmore vocals or whatever?" And all of you guys answered the question. Mike's name didn't come up. So what I'm saying is, that's to me, that's like that's okay. Who?
Straw man argument. Whoa, guys! Straw man argument.
Let me ask all 5
I
of
warned
y'all.
you guys.
Let me ask all 5 of y'all this. Who are y'all top 5 vocalists right now? I mean, of all time.
I warned everybody this is going to happen. I said this earlier tonight. That tonight's program will consider reaching and bias slander.
Ask the question, Walt.
What is your question, sir?
The question is, who are your top 5 artists of all time, like vocally?
Sure. No problem. I got you. Let me answer your question. Cool. Top 5. Let's see. Michael, Joseph, Jackson, King of Pop, MJ.
You didn't say that last week. You didn't say that.
Jackson, Michael, Joseph,
you're saying that now.
MJJ. What else? The guy with the glove.
You didn't say that on the show last week, Walt.
You asked me today. You asked me today, though.
So wait. Real quick. Okay. You're
gonna ask. Hold on. He's gonna ask me on an MJ episode who's the top 5. Of course.
No. Come on,
Michael Jackson. What are you talking about?
Here's my thing, though.
I'm a smart guy.
Beat to thyself, man. You didn't say it last week. Say it now. Don't be
smart
about it. Say it now.
Be true to myself.
Who are your top 5 vocals right now?
My top 5 singers. 5. Michael Jackson. Let's see. Brandy, Anita Baker, Whitney Houston, and Luther. I love Luther Vandross. 5.
Okay.
What did we prove just now?
You didn't say Mike last week when the question was asked.
Hold on. You asked me tonight. Wait, I have to mute you, sir. So I have to mute you because you're being outraged. Let me answer your question. Sorry for the folks at home. I gave you guys a warning earlier. This is going to happen. That a lot of reaching is going to go on. So, people get headsets. They go kind of crazy. Last week, I believe somebody asked me my favorite 4 singers right now in terms of a Mount Rushmore, whatever it is. Because they asked me with the Mount Rushmore of singers, that is not a complete list of the greatest singers that ever to live, my greatest singers, all right? I'm a music head. Music is life. clearly I have more than 4 singers. So if I didn't mention Michael, it probably was 5, probably was 6. I probably could name you 30 of my favorite singers. They asked for 4 of them. Because in that list, Michael does not mean that Michael is not a great singer. It just means that the 4 that I mentioned were also on the list. It was no order. So his question is a straw man argument because it actually means nothing because we're talking about Michael Jackson, and we also did the comparison as well earlier when I mentioned Luther, when I mentioned Freddie P, when I mentioned Patti LaBelle, we did those, and he was in that octave range. So please don't try to distort the facts with the straw man argument. Thank you. Antonio, you're back on. Toby, well, it's today. All right, today is June 5th.
Right.
All right. So, Toby, what is your rebuttal to all this? Do you have any other facts, Toby? Anything you want to pull out?
Nah, like I said, man, I learned a lot doing my research. You know, Michael is definitely he's a good singer, man. But like I said, when I compare him to his peers, Prince, Marvin Gaye, all these other great singers, and I listen to their songs, he not to me vocally, he's not there.
Marvin Gaye? You think Marvin Gaye? You're telling me that Marvin? Hold up, you're telling me that Marvin Gaye is not on the same level as Michael Jackson? That they're not on the same level?
I wouldn't put Mike in that category. Hell no.
Okay, thanks for saying that because Marvin Gaye actually redid "I Want to Be Where You Are." This is in 1976. He actually redid a Michael Jackson song because of how dope Michael Jackson is. So,
Michael Jackson did a lot of remakes.
You also mentioned Patti LaBelle, and we see Patti LaBelle and Michael singing "Will You Be There" on stage on the screenshot. Y'all missing Luther Vandross.
Probably did it better.
Luther Vandross. At the Future Circus, you're going through my points.
I can't show you my screenshots. I got screenshots too.
Too bad, Toby. Too bad. Michael Jackson and Luther on stage. Luther's actually doing "Man in the Mirror" on stage, another big song which Michael didn't dance and spin on. Michael didn't spin and say hee haw and all the things that you're trying to play him on. "Man in the Mirror" was straight up vocals. Okay, so all right. Now, can we stop this, please? Can we stop this? Huh?
Name a Prince song and a Marvin Gaye song that you feel Michael couldn't sing, or like that's out of his.
That's the $1 million question. That's the $1 million question.
I know a Marvin song he can't sing.
What's that?
That's to keep you satisfied. Mike Mike shouldn't even hit you. If Mike tried it, he would embarrass himself just to keep you satisfied.
You sound crazy as hell.
No, you crazy dude talking that. Go back and listen to Marvin play just to keep you satisfied.
Man, what are you talking about, bro?
Y'all are wilding.
Bro, this is my thing, man. Like, I feel like a lot of time, like it's funny you brought the reach and point out because there was I don't want to make this the Michael and Prince thing, but I did come across an article one time after. Well, this we can, right? No, but right.
We would do this.
This is the thing. So it was a writer from the Iowa, whatever the newspaper is in Des Moines, Iowa. And he made a top 10 reasons why Prince is better than Michael. This is a couple days after Prince died. And you read it, it's reaching so bad. It's like a bad defender reaching. It's horrible. And like, I notice a lot of times when people try to make arguments against Michael, there's a lot of reaching, man. And it's not that you can say I'm biased that Michael's my favorite, but Michael's my favorite for a reason. Like, I wasn't born and then have my divine right to be a Michael Jackson fan. I watched him and studied him and came up with that conclusion. And in comparing to everybody else that was out there, that's why I gravitated to who I watched. I was like, he's the best. And I feel like when people try to make strong arguments against Michael, it gets flimsy and it gets strange. Because for one, like I said, the biggest thing is the versatility that Michael had. And that's one thing that to me, if you can't make a solid rebuttal for that, this argument is null and void. Because I think one thing, they asked Michael as a kid, when he was about 11, 12 years old, they asked him, what are you going to do when your voice changes? Michael confidently said, I'll just keep singing. Nothing's going to change. The interview's on YouTube. He had that self-knowledge like, I'm great. Like, he knew that when he was a child. That's going to change. I'm still a great singer.
So Drew, let me ask you a question. So Drew, is it a difference between young Mike and the adult Mike, the king of pop Mike, vocally?
There's a difference because one's a child and one's a grown up. One's a child and one's a grown up. So yeah.
Of course.
Which was better? No, I'm saying which is better.
Oh, which one is better, Toby? How about the one
Yeah.
that went over Diamond, Thriller? How about that one? That was the adult Mike. Michael sold more records as an adult than he ever did as a child. So technically, the world likes him more as an adult than a child because he sold more records as an adult. So that's the one I like. I mean, what are we talking about here?
But to answer your question, I'll tell you this. Because it's self-proclaimed. I'll say that first. But I've really put in this work of studying Michael Jackson's art since I was a child. Like everything I can learn about him since I was a kid, I've done up until today. You see, that's not even some of all the stuff I had. And my two favorite eras of Michael Jackson vocally is the Triumph era, which is the album that he made with his brothers. That was between Off the Wall and Thriller. Came out in '81. Michael vocally during that time. I'll say Michael from the age of 17 to 22 is my favorite vocal. And then secondly, I love how Michael sung during the Bad era. Listen to the Bad tour. Watch the Bad tour where he's singing live. Watch the Bad. You make all these scrunched up faces. Listen to Michael Steen. Listen to me. I think that listen to him sing, man.
I'm just saying. To me, that's when.
Listen to him sing. Listen to. I just. Well, you know.
To me, that's when he started falling off.
You need to watch. You need to watch this.
You
need to watch this. You need to watch this.
That is my favorite.
Drew, hold on, Sean. Antonio, what did you just say? I need you to kind of expound upon that. You said that's when Michael did
to me.
Michael fell off? And can you hear me, Antonio?
No, I couldn't hear you, Walt, because he was talking. Drew was talking.
Oh, my bad. What I was saying was, you said Michael Jackson's art falling off at what year? What year are you talking about?
To me, around the bad. Besides, I Just Can't Stop Loving You, to me, I think is his best song as a ballad.
When he turned light skinned, yo, just say it. Just say it. Be honest.
Oh my
when that nigga
God.
turned light skinned, he started bleaching his
God.
skin.
Wait a minute. I'm light skinned.
Drew.
I give you 100. When he started bleaching his skin, his music.
No.
Oh, what did that have to do with the music, though?
Y'all don't want me to talk. Is this how we doing this?
Yeah, listen, Toby's cutting you off. I was letting you rock. Okay? Yeah, I'm light skinned. We should have said Toby.
I'm like,
hey, the proof is in the pudding.
Toby. We supposed to be on the same side. You lose.
Hey, when he went from
listen. But you got the
little boy with big nose, he started turning into an old white lady.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my God.
Hey, Walt, what did I say a minute ago? When people don't talk like this, it starts sounding strange. What did I say about
I told you guys tonight.
I'm being 100 though. Come on, man.
Toby, let me ask you this.
People were going to reach tonight. I said people were going to reach tonight. That was the advisory I gave everybody tonight. And we've seen it. We've seen reach tonight.
You just said, hold on.
And we've seen bias slander tonight. We've seen it tonight.
Drew, you said between that age range, around 19, 22, 23, what's your favorite mic?
So Toby, let me ask you this, Toby. So you are consistently comparing Mike to himself in an attempt to discredit him. So which Luther do you like better? Which Luther do you like better? 1981 Luther or 2003 Luther?
I like fat and skinny Luther. He sounded the same to me.
Oh, he sounded the same over 20 years. So Luther sounded
Ladies and gentlemen, I warned you guys.
Wow.
I warned you guys. The reaching is so bad. I had to put Antonio and Toby's hand back into the screen because the hand was coming through this. That's how much they're reaching right now. We're really comparing the complexion level. We're comparing his complexion to his vocal skill. Are you kidding me?
Saying, wow. The older he got,
you reached on that one, Toby. That was bad, Toby.
The older he got,
that's terrible. Bruce just came on this week. Bruce came on last week.
Oh, time out. Hey, yo, time out.
Antonio, that's your team partner today.
Time out.
Antonio, like, nah.
Hey, but real talk, go listen to this.
Time out. Yo, time out, for real.
Go ahead.
No.
Antonio's like, I'm done.
Whoa, time out. All right. Before I was getting cool before my man bought the light skin thing, that's what I was like, what the fuck? You know, my bad shit. But okay. For me, my favorite mic. For me, my favorite mic, and to me, I think it's best. My favorite album of Mike is Off the Wall. I think Mike was killing it and Off the Wall. Thriller.
He was dark and light skin, Toby. He was dark and light skin on that album, Toby. He was dark and light skin.
And on Off the Wall, Mike killed it. I'll give him that because that's like probably my favorite. To me, I like that. I think that album's better than Thriller. That's just my opinion or whatever. Then I like Thriller. Thriller album was cool because it did show diversity. For me, Bad album is when I started noticing like it's not really clicking with me with his vocals. I know some people like Bad, some people don't. I was the one that wasn't a fan of Bad. I would say the songs I was a fan of that I think did great on Bad was I Just Can't Stop Loving You and Dirty Diana. Those were the songs for me that he did it.
And the way you're making me feel.
Yeah, my fault. I forgot about that one. The way you make me feel. Those three songs.
keep naming them.
That wasn't bad. That was on Dangerous.
Leave me alone.
That was on Dangerous.
Antonio, I get it.
Those are bad. Yeah,
you're not alone. What are you talking about? Okay, listen. Okay, I don't know where we're going here. Okay, Antonio, we get that you guys have your personal preferences, right? But I'm saying, let's get back to the original point, comparing the whole young Michael to older Michael. Okay, sales aren't everything. In fact, I barely mentioned sales. I mentioned it once tonight, right? I'm talking about vocal range, music theory, all those type of things. Okay, Michael Jackson obviously was more successful as an adult than a child, which means that besides you and Toby, who liked 2 or 3 songs from his adult career, the other 20 million people who were buying his records liked his voice just fine. People from around the world.
I never said I disliked it, though.
So hold up. So
here's the thing, though. See, no, you're making it like
I never said I disliked it.
Gotta finish it. So if he was that bad as a singer as an adult, then how come he sold quadruple more records as an adult? How come he had songs like You're Not Alone, like Human Nature, like Lady in My Life, She's Out of My Life, all those things, Liberian Girl, and Leave Me Alone, all those songs he's doing harmonies on, he's not dancing in none of them. There's no special effects in none of them, and they were so as big as songs as ever. You're Not Alone is probably one of his biggest songs in the 90s. It was a slow song. He didn't produce it, nothing, and you guys still haven't proven that point. You're saying his dancing overshadowed his ballads, but his ballads were still John Blaze without him dancing. Some of those didn't even have videos, and they were still #1 singles. So I'm not hearing it. I'm not hearing it.
And if you say it's because of fans, tell me.
You're not hearing it? So are you saying the first... Don't know what I'm saying is the first thing when you think of Michael Jackson, you're not thinking of vocals. You're thinking of entertainment.
No, you're not. You're not.
I will tell you this. The last month.
Drew, you spent your whole life studying Mike, though. Everybody don't spend their whole life doing that.
It's a sad life to live.
Hold up, guys. Okay, hold up. Chris Brown, Deshaunus. Does Chris Brown sing a little bit like Michael sometimes?
Yeah.
What about Neo?
Yep, and Usher.
What about Usher? Vocally, they're dancing like him. They're trying to dress like him, where they, the dress, gotta go to
Beyonce
India or something. Beyonce. A lot of people emulate Michael's vocal style. Why do you think that is, Antonio? Hey, Toby, why do you think that is? Maybe because it sounds good. They're not emulating 7-year-old Michael. They're emulating Beat It Michael. Okay, so if they're emulating his vocal style, they must like it, right?
Okay.
See, right there's the thing. Right there's the thing. What you keep saying, you keep trying to make it look like I'm saying, and Toby, I don't know about Toby. I'm saying that he don't sound good at all, and that's not the point.
The point is, he doesn't sound great.
I said that he's good, but I wouldn't put him as elite or great as a vocalist.
He had your screenshot, sir. He had your screenshot. You know what she said. You said he wasn't a great singer, and I'm saying he is a great singer. That's the debate. Go ahead, Deshaunus.
And here's the one issue I see what you're saying, Antonio, because like you're saying 2 different things as it pertains to music. Being elite does not mean you can't be great, because there isn't just one club, because there are millions of artists. So being elite, you can still be great, right? So I could have 100 singers, and #1 can be great, and #100 can be great, but only the top 10 are elite. So Michael Jackson not being in your top 5 or top 10 doesn't mean he's not great. It just means that maybe someone you feel is better. But this isn't like sports where there can only be a small class of elite. As many people that are great can be great in music. There can be 500 great singers, and 501 may suck, And you know what? That's just beat the numbers. So by saying Mike isn't top 5 or top 10 to you doesn't mean he's not great. So it has to be a stronger point for just why he's not great without having a 5 or 10 to it.
They haven't made one good point all night.
Yeah, they haven't at all.
Like seriously, not trying to put. Nah, but y'all haven't even made a point though. Well, I just want for y'all to make a point.
Drew, we've proven that Michael Jackson has made hit songs without having to dance on them vocally. We've proven that big singers today are emulating his vocal style. We have proven that he's been more successful as an adult as an entertainer, which means he had a lot more fans for his abilities as an entertainer as an adult compared to being a child. We've proved all these things. We've listed octave ranges. We've listed his highest highs, his lowest lows in terms of the range he's had. We've compared it to other great singers that you guys mentioned in the Facebook group. You guys have brought nothing today to suggest otherwise that MJ was not a great singer. Only preference, which is fine. You're entitled to your preference. But you can't say based upon your preference that he can't be great to us. When I think of Michael, I think of the whole package. I think of my favorite songs with Michael, honestly, my favorite song is Liberian Girl. Because as a child, listening to Bad and listening to like the 5-part harmony at the end, I waited the whole song with that 5-part harmony. Leave Me Alone, where I had the Moonwalker DVD joint. He's doing the leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. Yeah. He did all his vocals by himself. That's what made me like, oh wow, like, I listened to that as a child. Michael was great not because he danced, because Paula Abdul can dance. Okay, Jason Derulo can dance. All right, Michael Jackson. I'm just saying, Michael Jackson was able to do all of it, and every singer behind him who's able to sing and dance has emulated his style, not just dancing wise, but as we've proven tonight,
Justin Timberlake's new record.
You guys, Justin Timberlake, another one who emulates Michael's style.
His new song was Michael Jackson Lockoff record.
Exactly. So if he wasn't, and they're not emulating his child style, they're emulating his adult style, which is proof. You guys have not proven anything. Y'all haven't made one point.
Y'all haven't made one point the whole night.
It's a form. What do you mean we made 1 point, dude?
Y'all haven't made a point.
Yeah,
y'all got it.
So
y'all got it.
Okay, so to wrap this up, let's get some last words. I'm gonna read some of the comments from tonight's show. Let's do that now. Let's see what the people out here feel. Shantae says I was going hard. Listen, Shantae. Hey, listen, I warned people I was going to go hard tonight. They did a good job. They were formidable opponents. We're all friends up here. But we had to go hard. This Michael Jackson's a serious thing, man. You know what I mean? Like, I love you guys. But y'all ain't had a jacket on. Y'all ain't had a glove on. Y'all didn't give me Thriller. So I love y'all, but y'all ain't give me Moonwalker. You know what I'm saying? I came prepared. Antonio, they didn't have any points. Let's see. They're reaching. Walt is
start calling Michael an old lady. That's what we resorted to.
Jaron Smith said, I'm dying right now. Walter did his research. Much respect. Put some respect on my name. Let's see. Dino, who's Donita, said, yeah, wow, all snap. Toby, don't do it. Shantae said, Black Michael can sing, LOL. Shantae is a fool. Shantae, I need you back with the song, Shantae. Shantae is the Lauryn Hill of BMOCTV. She gave us one episode and then left. It was a good episode, but she didn't come back. Donnie said, hey, Donnie. Yeah, everybody's like going crazy right now. It's up tempo. Yeah, he sounds more pop. But it's still a good song. Shout out to Anthony Jackson. Stranger in Moscow. He brings power and emotions to that like no one. So that's a good song. I didn't mention.
Give In to Me.
Yeah, Give In to Me is another one. Oh my God,
that's
Antonio. Dino said to Antonio, oh my God, think of the breakdown part of Bad.
At the end. Shout outs to that person. The end of Bad video.
Yeah, that's on
What part is that?
The end part. The end part on Bad.
Oh, the video. You talking about the You Doing Wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole part. The only thing, money. The verses on. Yeah. Jaron Smith put the only time he's doing talking on songs is songs like Money or the verses in Dangerous. Yeah. He said other than that, pretty much the album was full of singing in harmony. So did not.
And Dangerous is also a remake of a Fred Astaire. Apart from a Fred Astaire movie where it was talking, so it was purposely talking.
Yeah. Antonio. Haha. Crunk Girl 711 last week. She's the one that asked the question about the singers you brought up. She said, "I said top 5 female singers though."
Yep, that's what I was.
I don't recall her saying female, so I heard her saying singer. So maybe
Well,
I misheard that.
let's do it. Let's do a screen.
Apologize.
Let's do a
I'll
screen
take-
share. So
I'll
just
take-
in case you think I'm lying. So let's go down to this. So this is the part she said right here. I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna highlight her question.
I can't see nothing on this thing, dude. I'm on my phone.
Okay. Well, she said I said 5 female though, so she was saying that she wasn't saying all time. That's why I probably didn't mention Michael because he is a man. Let's see. Antonio, yeah. Antonio's talking about the question from the Q&A. That was her. So she said you're lying. She said you're doing wrong, man. You're doing wrong. Yeah. So everybody was enjoying it tonight, man. Thanks all for tuning. Oh yeah, Mike JM Carey 93 said play them the clip of Michael singing with James Brown in 1983. Michael was that dude, man. I mean, I don't know. Oh yeah.
This is a live recording of "We Are the World" for 10 minutes.
He also said,
Michael
"I'm
singing
sorry,
this part.
MJ." He said, Mike J.M. Carey 93 also said, "I'm sorry, MJ is there with Prince and Marvin vocally. The lady in my life kills a lot of male vocalists. It sure does." Sean O'Cor said, "Damn, Walter, you did hella research. You putting that work in." Of course, Sean, I am. This is BMOC TV. I am BMOC. I will do my research. So thank you for please respect my props, all 3 of you. Bobby Ruler said Walter the only one that came prepared with facts and some research. I actually disagree with you. Drew had a lot of research as well. He also brought up the collectible DVDs and CDs. All right, so any last words, guys? It sounds like you guys lost this one. It's okay. I'm gonna have you guys back for something else, maybe a little bit more your speed.
No.
And do you have any last words you want to say tonight? On Michael Jackson, what's up?
My last words on Michael Jackson. We know Mike Great is about his property, you know. This topic, so, you know, from everybody else,
You breaking up right now.
Michael's
Can you
doing
hear me
that.
now? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah, you sound like T-Pain earlier.
Okay.
I can hear you now.
Okay. Damn, what did I say? Oh yeah, I mean, I think from everybody I talk to, at the music circle I hang around, from everybody from back high school,
Change him.
and everything. No,
Man.
Dave Balls, even your cousin, my mom, even saying a couple other our cousins was like,
I don't meet her. Everybody but her.
Yeah. Everybody was like, everybody said, like, you know, I asked the question, do you consider Mike a good vocalist or a great vocalist? And that's all I said. And everybody was like,
Watch this show.
I think he's good. They was like, I think he's good. I think he's good. I don't think he's great. Y'all guys in the group are the only ones that are like, oh, Mike. But, you know, Mike is a
We're
great
the only
artist.
ones? All the viewers agree with us right now.
Hey, Walt. I sent Antonio. Hey, Walt. I sent Antonio about 6 videos.
No, that's what I'm saying.
People say
Everybody
Michael's
in the
a great
group. It
singer.
seems like it's a group thing.
No, hey, Walt. Hold on one second, Walt.
No, the subscribers on the chat are agreeing with us too. They're not. Some of them are not in the group. They're just like out in the world. Like,
Antonio, we had a conversation in the group. I sent you about 6 videos of people saying Michael's a great singer, and you said, "Oh, it doesn't matter." You don't remember that? I sent you the L.A. Reid and the Weeknd and a bunch of people, and you was like, "I don't care. I don't care." I didn't know L.A. Reid was in our group.
No, say that again.
You remember the conversation when
L.A.
this first
Reid,
started? You remember that conversation? I sent you about 6 different videos to the group of people saying Michael's a great singer, and every single one of you was like, "Oh, it don't matter. Oh, it don't matter." I still can't sing.
Because you're not
It don't
going to
matter.
get nobody in the
They're not in our group. They're not in our group. Everybody in our group. They're in our group. L.A. Reid's not in our group. L.A. Reid's not in our group. L.A. Reid's not part of BMOC.
Well, don't hold it.
Talk bad about Mike. You can say what you want. You're not going to get nobody in the business.
Because he's good.
You're right. That's right. He's good. He's good as a vocalist, not great. Good.
Oh, he's great. He's good at being great.
Good as a vocalist.
He's good at being great. Words of big boy. So Antonio, any last words, man? You want to wrap it up?
My last words are, you know, Mike. My opinion is still the same. Mike's a great entertainer, good singer. He has some songs where he did perform great on, and that's it.
Okay. All right. Toby. Any last words, Toby?
More respect for him, but at the end of the day,
You're breaking up too, Toby.
Overall, a great artist. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's a great vocalist. That's still my opinion. He can knock down a 3 every now and then, but he not like that to me. So that's just my opinion.
I feel you, man, but y'all gotta hear them records, man. If you, my whole thing is, and we did a lot of theatrics tonight. This is for the show, but if you guys really can listen to like Liberian Girl and You Not
I got
Alone
collection.
and Leave Me Alone, but I mean, I know if you're skipping songs or not. I don't know if you're skipping them, but if you really hear these songs and Break of Dawn and Heaven Can Wait and Butterflies, I don't get where you can't hear the greatness in that. I just don't. As a music head. I can't see how you would skip over that. Even if it's like your cup of tea, like, oh, I don't listen to this every day. To say it isn't great, like Adele, for instance. I don't listen to Adele every day, right? I don't listen to her every day, though. Not every day. So when I hear Adele,
she's great.
She's a great singer. So I mean, it's like she's great, like, but she has a different style. I feel like you guys are only saying if you don't belt, if you're not a powerhouse, I believe in you. If you're not doing that, then you're not great. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's techniques and there's things that those big powerhouse singers can do that they can't do what Michael does. Barry White can't do what Michael does.
Of course not. He's a bass. He's a natural bass. Of course he's not.
And I brought it up. And Michael's a tenor, but as a tenor, he still hits those soprano notes. So I'm saying, like, y'all gotta really factor in a lot of things. If you say people aren't great, you can just say I don't think of Michael as a top vocalist. That's you. That is your opinion. But to say he's great is a separate thing, because for music theory based purposes, we've proved that Michael's range is incredible. So how can he not be great if he's singing all the notes?
You can have a broad range, but you still can't be great vocally. That's what I'm saying, man. You can still be that. I learned that in music theory too.
Where? What class is that?
I learned music theory too.
So you learned in music theory that you can have a great range and not be great. I'm not following.
Yeah, you can have a great range.
Great control.
Great. You can have not control. I'm just saying range.
He has that too.
Because sometimes Mike sounded like he was straining later on.
What songs are you talking? What songs was he straining on? What songs?
He didn't hear you again. I heard this story before. He probably didn't hear you when it get tough. He usually don't hear people.
with a tough question, the camera break up. I have mic issues. Used to be have a problem. I'm telling you, my man. What songs is Michael straining on? Was it his Diamond album or his Double Diamond album? Which one was it? Let me know.
There go the numbers. There go the numbers.
I'm asking.
There go the numbers.
I'm asking a question. I'm asking a question. What's the song? What are the songs? Tell me. Which ones are they?
I think some of his songs on Dangerous album, he's struggling on hitting notes and stuff.
For the folks at home, name me specific songs he was straining on.
That track he made with 50 Cent.
What?
The song
he struggled.
The song. Wait. Okay. Toby. The song he did with 50 Cent, he didn't do with 50 Cent. No. The song he did with 50 Cent, he was deceased. Those vocals he took. He didn't do it with 50 Cent.
What?
he was deceased, Toby. That was his songs. Like,
that was him.
I don't know what you got.
That was Mike.
I don't even know if that's it. Really? That's the song? I can't.
Wow.
I can't.
Tell you something.
That's like that. Wow. Version Born Again. I didn't like that. Biggie he got gas by Eminem on Born Again. I didn't like that, man.
You're picking a song with 50 Cent that he didn't do with 50 Cent.
He did do it.
He was okay. All right, from the grave, I guess. Grave Records. Okay.
Wow.
Drew, any last words, Drew? I was gonna go back in.
You didn't like that.
Drew, for
Graveyard Records. Michael, here's the thing. Hold on, put my book down.
I can't.
I'm sorry, Michael, for even entertaining. But I felt like I would be disrespectful. I felt like disrespectful having this conversation. I'm serious. I felt disrespectful having this conversation. But then I felt like, well, no, because Drew, if you have some information you need to share, you should do that. So Walt did an excellent job. You know, I'm still waiting. No disrespect to Antonio or Toby, but I'm really waiting for a point that was made that y'all made. It's like saying I don't think he could sing that good. Y'all haven't made a point the whole night.
They haven't.
Like you haven't made a point besides saying I don't think he's that good of a singer. And you're gonna, of course, you're gonna stick to that. That's why you're here.
It's all gonna be a matter of preference.
This is Toby's point.
Exactly, but that's not the point.
This is Toby's point. Not the
Yeah,
same
that-
person, two
Yeah,
different singers.
you start
don't
getting
even sound the
disrespectful.
same.
Yeah,
This
Y'all
is
doing
what
it to look alike.
that's where it gets to. It gets to disrespect, and there's no facts. So again, Mike, I'm sorry, man, but but yeah, this was like a waste. Yeah.
So, in signing off, I will say we proved a couple of things here tonight. BMOC, the culture. First, we proved that even without Ron Browse, you can produce ether. And that's very important, and that's what happened tonight.
Yeah, this is ugly. This was Shabba Ranks ugly.
Yeah.
Point number 2 is similar to J.R. Smith and Iman Shumpert. They didn't produce many points tonight. So this is not indicative of the game that's going on right now. It's been kind of a blowout.
What's the
But
score?
seriously,
30-point game.
30-point game.
30-point
So,
game.
but I think to take this point, because we've done a Beyonce episode, we're doing this episode. I think this will continue to come up in music. Oftentimes, man, and this is sports and music, because we talk about Steph Curry and LeBron being on there scrutinized, Mike, Beyonce, we've done these episodes. Typically, when you're great for so long at that magnitude, there aren't a lot of holes in what you do, and people will force you and try to find them and nitpick, man. And, when we talked about Beyonce, and it's about her vocal ability and her image and things like that, and you get to these points, and when Mike is the GOAT, we're talking about music. We're not just talking about like he was a businessman. People want to say Jay-Z is known for his business acumen, and that overshadows his rapping. Mike started off as a singer. And if it wasn't about him making it through singing, he wouldn't be where he was. Now, yes, other things propelled him to be the overall entertainer, and that's, maybe that was some of them magazines back in the day that was hating on Mike that pushed that agenda just as far as entertainment. But when you make it in the game singing, you got to be able to sing. People can say that all day long about he can't sing, but when you make it in the game of singing, 9 chances out of 10 you can sing and you come up the way he did.
Especially in his era.
No one said he couldn't
Especially
sing.
in his era.
Especially he couldn't sing. That's
Shout
the
out to
thing.
Mike. Shout out to Mike.
No one
Mike
said he couldn't sing.
Nobody said he couldn't sing.
Mike is living like that. That's what Mike's doing right now. He's laughing at himself.
To add to that point, though, you won't find in a lot of venues and areas people that aren't elite at the most important thing that have that amount of success. That's what it is. He can sing at a very good level, which is why his music shows that. People weren't out there buying 20 million records of someone that was singing
He was low on his record sales, Deshaunus.
He was amazing. He was amazing.
So let me say this. So Drake sells a lot of records, but is he the best lyricist?
He's not the best, but he's really good when he's rapping.
He's a
Whoever's
decent lyricist.
writing that.
Oh no.
He's a decent lyricist.
No, we've done this too. So when you talk about Drake in his class, because he's dominating his era, after Kendrick Lamar, you can't tell me anybody else who makes good music and that when he's rapping is way better than him lyrically. It's not a whole list of people. Drake
consistently.
You can go out there and you can name one person that's not dropping good music, or you can pick a battle rapper. But when you talk about making music and spitting bars, we put the asterisk because of the ghostwriting. But when you take that away and just listen to the product, those bars that were coming out in the first album and the mixtapes and the second album were hot. That's how he built the whole resume. So once again, that point maintains the same, man. It's about rapping.
All right, cool. Yeah. So again, thank you guys so much for wrap this show up. Yeah. So this was ugly tonight, folks. But shout out to everybody. We good money, man. I'm gonna have Toby and Antonio back for some other topics. It's not MJ because they did a terrible job tonight on that. But Toby's a music head. I know for a fact Antonio's a big music head, so I'm gonna have them back. Antonio, you said some things about Nas, man. And KRS-One, we gotta talk.
Yeah.
That's later. That's later down the line, man. I'm gonna have you back before that. I'm gonna have you on another topic that we all agree
forgot
on.
about that. Oh
we
man.
don't have you for the KRS-One Nas. I have you on a
Chris, give it up to Chris.
Here we go.
My philosophy.
All right, yeah, so folks out there at home, thanks again for tuning in. If you want to check out more, make sure you check out youtube.com/BMOCTV. I know you see the snapback, new snapbacks are out. So that's for the fall edition, so shout out to me for that. I shout out to myself, that's dope. Also, check out the groups. Check out the group, facebook.com/groups/BMOCTV. If you want to check out our discussions, if you want to just be updated and not really debate, go to facebook.com/BMOCTV. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? I think we're victorious tonight. Should I put up a poll to see? I'm gonna ask the guys.
Now we don't need no poll.
Oh.
Because we know what the poll is gonna be.
We don't need no
We
poll.
know
We
what the
already
poll's
know what
gonna
it's
be.
looking like.
We
We
know what
already know what it's looking like.
We know what
Hey,
it is. The
hey,
right stands
they
are
hated
awesome.
hey, they hated before they played it.
Asking the Beyonce fans who won this Beyonce argument. Come
The
on.
question.
Hey,
No,
they hated before they played it.
I
They
just
hated
asked
before
the
they played it.
I just asked the question, guys. Okay, jeez, don't be so bad of a shape, man. You were not
I
alone,
am
man.
just saying.
You were not alone, man.
Don't
It's
make
not
me
that
wrong.
bad. It's not that bad. Polls aren't dangerous. You know what I mean? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. All right. All right. So that's it, everybody. I'm BMOC. Peace.